All right, so the NBA season is upon us with games starting later today. And so I thought, what better way to kick off the season than to finish up our preseason predictions at the 11th hour. And we've done our regular season record predictions. We've done our awards predictions. We've even done all NBA teams. And I thought we'd finish it out with our conference finals predictions, our finals prediction, as well as our NBA champion prediction.
Let's freaking go. So do you want to start out, Jonah?
Sure. So, actually, before we get into these things, I just thought it would be fun. I don't know if you guys thought about this at all, to do our 5 locks from when we predicted like whether the teams would go over or under. And just did the 5 we felt the most confident about that we would suggest people bet on if they
locks for the playoffs to make the playoffs. Oh, okay.
No, locks to like exceed or fall short of the win total.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna pull my.
Okay. Do you guys have the win totals next to you at all?
I don't.
I can look.
Where are they?
What's up?
Are they on the Instagram?
No, I think it's the link I sent to you guys, but it might have gotten buried.
Oh, those ones. I see.
Yeah.
I think you sent me both the spreadsheets, Jonah.
Here, should I just pull up the spreadsheet and share the screen with you? So,
Oh yeah, if you want to, I can make you a host really fast.
Okay. Let's.
I think I think one of the most locks that I think I had. I think I wanted to say I gave the Nets like 56 games or something. Or no.
No,
Maybe-
you give
No.
the Warriors were your highest one at 55, right?
No, I think I gave somebody. It was either I want to say I gave somebody in the East, or
I think you gave someone in the East like 52 or 53.
oh, okay, yeah, that makes. Oh yeah, because I have the Warriors as a 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, John, I made you a host.
Okay. Do you guys should we restart the recording in a few minutes?
It doesn't really matter. It's fine. I'll just tell my friend to like start it at a different time, but it doesn't even. It's fine.
Okay. Cool. All right. So, these are the win totals here.
Oh, let's go.
I'll zoom out so we can actually.
Bro, I kind of like doing it in the daytime sometimes because the lighting's way better for me. I don't look so yellow.
Okay. We won't be able to see them all at the same time.
It's okay.
That's okay.
It doesn't matter.
All right. So I guess to just give a brief refresher of what we're doing, if people have forgotten in the past 3 minutes, we're just going to be going through these win totals and previewing which selections we feel most confident will either exceed or fall short of that win total. And so if we're going in order, I think the one that I have to start with is down here with the Washington Wizards. And this number has actually gone up slightly since we recorded. I think it's more close, sort of 30, even drifting into 500 territory. And I just think that there is no chance that happens. Like the Wizards were arguably the worst defense in basketball last year. It was them and the Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't really think that gets better this year. They brought in Robin Lopez, which was obviously a defensive focused signing, but he's not going to start for them. And even when he does play, like I'm not sure how much Lopez is going to give him on that end. I think he benefited a lot from the shine of the Bucks having the best defense in the NBA. I think that sort of that perception of excellence rubbed off on him, whereas I don't think Lopez is an elite defender in his own right. And so overall, I don't think the defense is going to be much better. They still will probably have the worst defense in the NBA. And on offense, I think the offenses in the NBA are just a lot better this year. Like I think with Beal, They've got Westbrook, they've got some floor spacing with Bertans. Like maybe they could be around average, but then I look at guys like Hachimura, guys like Avdia, and neither of them can shoot. Both of them somewhat like to play with the ball in their hands. Both of them oftentimes settle for more inefficient shots. And I just feel like those two players are going to be such anchors for their offense. And because they were the last two first round picks of this franchise, I think they're going to be getting a lot of charity minutes and a lot of entitlement minutes. And I think that will sort of anchor their offense. So I just don't see this Wizards team being good at all. Like, people are predicting them to finish 8th, like beating out the Hawks or the Pacers even.
I don't know.
Yeah, I would pick these guys a lot more closer to like my Charlottes or Magic than I would to the Hawks or the Pacers. Like, the Wizards are going to be a lottery team this year. Maybe they can find their way into the playing game. I think there's probably a pretty good chance of that happening, but by no means are they one of the best 8 teams in the East. So I feel pretty confident picking against this Wizards team.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that the Heat could be a decent lock for like anywhere between 44 and like 46 games.
Okay, so they're one of your locks to go over.
Yeah. What was Vegas actually?
Yeah, so they have
Vegas
them
had about 40.
at about 44.
Yeah, I would definitely have them over 40 games, I think.
Okay.
No, Vegas has them at 44.
Oh, okay, sweet. Yeah. Then like at least like 44 games then probably. I think I can definitely see that.
Oh, Kellen, you did pick the Bucks to win 56. I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, and then I had the Nets at 52.
We got some big winners.
Yes, I do. I think that 56 is a lot of games to win. If there's one team to do it, it's in the West, though. So, I mean, I don't know if the Bucks can get that dub. Am I right? No?
Yeah, we'll see. Channon, do you have a selection for this?
I'm still thinking.
Okay.
Scroll. Let me see some more teams.
Okay. While we scroll up, I think we're about to hit the Boston Celtics, which
I
happen
love that, yeah.
to be another one of my best bets to actually go under. I don't think that they're going to win 46 games.
Interesting.
I had this concern before the preseason, and although I personally don't put a lot of stock into preseason, the games that I've seen the Celtics play thus far have not done anything to ease my concern that there just won't be enough playmaking on this team while Kemba Walker is injured, which who knows how much time Kemba's going to miss this season. The knee issues that he's dealing with have seemed very troubling, to put it lightly. But yeah, just not a lot of playmaking. Jason Tatum will probably be bringing the ball up the court on most possessions. And while Jason Tatum is a wonderful scorer and a very good offensive player, he's not the passer that Kemba is. I don't think the offense will flow as efficiently with the sort of lead engineer. When you look at point guards, you've still got Jeff Teague, you've still got Peyton Pritchard. I just don't feel very comfortable with either of those. Probably more comfortable with Teague right now. Peyton Pritchard, although the scoring has translated better than I thought, I don't think he's ready to sort of run and take the reins of an NBA offense, which sort of brings me to my second concern with the Celtics team, which is just a lack of depth. Because when you look at their starting lineup, it was Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Javonte Green, Jason Tatum, and then one of their centers like Tice, Tristan Thompson, whoever Brad Stevens chooses to go with. But there's just so little depth coming off this bench. Like, you look at the backup forwards, you've got Semi Ojeleye, Grant Williams, backup shooting guards. You're starting Aaron Nesmith and Peyton, or not starting, but you're playing Nesmith and Pritchard heavy minutes in their rookie seasons. There just are so many players who are going to be getting serious minutes for the Celtics that I don't think are ready to play in the NBA, quite frankly, let alone play at a level that's going to help the Celtics to exceed this 46 win total. Like I said, like Tatum, he's a wonderful player, but I just don't think he's ready to be single-handedly carrying the Celtics to this number. Like, that's a little ambitious for me.
Yeah, I bet they wish they had Brad back.
Or yeah,
Bro, I'm so excited for tonight or whatever. It's gonna be sick. Did the Warriors play TNT?
Yep. They could have easily had Brad Wanamaker back. I will never understand why they withdrew that qualifying offer. That definitely seems like an own goal at this point.
Yeah.
What time is that? What time is that? I was at 4. Damn.
Channon, have any of these piqued your interest so far?
No, I think I feel more passionately about teams in the West.
Yeah, okay. Then I'll just finish up with the Bulls.
Okay.
I
thought about the Bulls. Yeah.
I don't think there's any way they're a 30-win team this year. They just haven't. I don't think they have the horses, and I think that the weight of gravity is going to be pulling them down. Like when I think of the Bulls making in-season moves during this season, like I'm more inclined to believe that maybe they'll trade Thad Young, maybe they'll trade Otto Porter, although that would be difficult. Tomas Satoransky, you maybe see him switch teams. Like I think if anything, the weight of gravity is going to be pulling this Bulls team to operate more as sellers in the midst of the season and maybe pull them more towards the bottom of the standings. I think the play-in tournament is a factor that we haven't discussed enough. Like, because all of a sudden, if a team is within 3 games of like the 10 seed, whereas it used to be like within a few games of the 8 seed, they're still going to be playing hard. So having that play-in tournament sort of creates the opportunity for some of these weaker teams to be competing for something like somewhat valuable later into the season. Whereas in a normal year without a play-in tournament, their season might have been over in like February. So that's one reason I'd be concerned with the Bulls, is just maybe they find themselves in the mix for that 10th spot in the East and decide to like keep going full throttle throughout the 72 game season. But even so, I think 30 wins is a little bit rich for my blood.
I think they'll be holding hands with the Cavs at the bottom of the East.
Jonah,
Yes, Colin?
what about the Hornets?
The Hornets, 26 games, I don't feel as strongly one way or another. I think they're going to go over, but that would not be one of my locks.
Okay, cool.
Do you feel good about that over, though?
Hmm?
You feel good about the Hornets over, though?
No, I just like watching LaMelo Ball highlights.
Yeah, he's been very promising so far.
Oh, but
His highlights are sick.
is Gordon's finger thing like long term?
Oh, easy lock, baby.
Yeah, Gordon's going to be playing on opening night.
Oh, cool. So that fracture wasn't that big of a deal?
Yeah, he's going to be able to play through it at least.
Oh, cool. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. I got some.
You know what actually looks so clean, though, is the Portland's, like, their red with the black looks so sick.
Okay, so let's start with the bottom. And I think I see 2 of my locks right off.
Yeah, I
There's 2
see
locks
some.
on the screen right now. Ooh, can I say one? I think Utah Jazz over 43 games.
Wow.
Oh, that's cap.
Wow.
What is the Blazers supposed to be at?
They put them at 41. That's definitely a lock for me. That's just so low.
I agree. That's a lock for me as well. I think
Yeah.
the Blazers are easily over that.
Yeah, I mean the Blazers disrespect is normal, but
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the Blazers, probably a top 5 offense easily.
yeah,
Because, I mean, we've been top 5 or top 6 3 of the last 5 years. And there's no reason for me to think that would change this year. I mean, Dame is playing at like the height of his powers. And then I definitely think at the very minimum, we're going to have close to a league average defense.
yeah.
I would say the floor is like 17, 18, but I could definitely see us getting into like 9, 10, 11.
Yeah, and in the regular season, that's more than enough to win more than 41 games.
Yeah, this Blazer one, just like take it to the bank right now.
Yeah.
Portland will be winning more than 41 games.
Yep.
The other one I saw here that sort of piqued my interest was the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at too.
I've seen this one a few places at even lower than 31, like even going down to like 30. And I mean, I think the Spurs are going to be better than they were last year because I think Derek White and DeJounte Murray are both guys who I expect to take a big step forward, with LaMarcus Aldridge sort of expanding his game out to 3. I think that's opened up a lot of the offense for like DeRozan and Murray and White and some of like the lesser shooters on the Spurs to operate, although White has vastly improved in that shooting regard, which is one of the main reasons why I'm predicting the Spurs to go over, is just because I think Derek White is going to have a big year. He just got his contract extension.
I think I picked him for MIP.
Yeah, I think you did, and I think that's a great pick. He's a guy who I heavily considered. So yeah, I think Derek White is definitely going to have a breakout year. And then as long as Pop's around, I just don't really see them tanking, or I don't see them taking the foot off the gas. And if the Spurs don't take their foot off the gas, I mean, I do think this 31 wins should be a benchmark that they can't exceed.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely.
Kellan, any Spurs thoughts before I scroll up and see what other teams we have?
No, I think we talked about it the first time. Like, as long as Pop's there,
yeah.
gonna be winning.
Yeah, this isn't a lock to me. I actually didn't realize that it was this high, but I mean, if you can still get the Thunder at 25 wins, I don't think the Thunder are going to be winning 25 games this year. Because the thing I've been thinking about with the Thunder recently is if they do start winning games and if they are playing okay, it's probably because guys like Al Horford or George Hill or some of the veterans on the team are stepping up and sort of facilitating Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in a way that like allows them to have a somewhat competent offense. But if that is the case, then they're just going to trade Al Horford and George Hill to get more picks. So if the Thunder are good, then that means they have good players that they're going to trade to get more assets. So even if the Thunder get off to a decent start, which I think is entirely possible, like I think Shai, Horford are the building blocks of a good offense. But if they do get off to a good start, I expect Sam Presti to quickly remedy that. But I don't think I want to make it one of my locks just because I had already picked out 5. Are you guys ready to scroll up?
Yeah.
Yeah. That team at the top. Let's go.
Oh yeah, get the freaking dude. The Rockets aren't winning 36 games, dude.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, wait, didn't we say that was generous?
Yeah, I mean it's the Rocket. I don't
Look
know.
at my pick. 21.
I could never
oh my
tie
gosh
myself down to any Rockets prediction right now because we don't know. Well, they just have so many variables. Like they have such a wide variance of not only outcomes but just teams they could put on the floor right now. So they kind of scare me a little bit. But I mean, Channon had them picking 15. Had them winning 15 less games than this Vegas prediction. So I would definitely, say that would be the definition of a lock for Channon.
Yeah, dude. Freak yeah, dude. I'm putting all the money on the Rockets. Did you guys see that James Harden was like fighting with a rookie at practice?
Yeah, and threw a basketball at him or something.
Such a clown, dude.
Isn't he looking kind of thick?
He's like
always kind of.
But like what? He was really skinny at one point. Not really skinny, but he was like he lost some weight.
He's always been.
I know he's always been thick boy for sure.
But I'm not overly concerned about that. I would be.
He'll always be good.
About him like losing some athleticism just because he's like 31 now. Although he's so highly skilled, like I do think he definitely needs the little athleticism he has. So if he starts to lose a step, that's going to be concerning. And it kind of seems like there are NBA teams who agree with me because his trade market does not appear to be materializing in the way that some people, namely the Rockets front office, would have expected. But that's another story for another day. I've been thinking about the Rockets recently too, and just to look at their roster, it's so bizarre because you look at their point guard, John Wall, he hasn't played in 2 years. James Harden, he wants out. Eric Gordon, I mean, he missed most of last year. And when he did play in the bubble, he was not very good. PJ Tucker, he seems to want out too. He's a little disgruntled that he hasn't gotten an extension. You might think that he may not be long for this Rockets team. Christian Wood, I'm a Christian Wood believer, but I mean, this is a kid who started 15 games for the Pistons, so let's not get too carried away calling him like the future of the franchise. On the bench, you've got DeMarcus Cousins. He hasn't played in 2 years. David Nwaba, he's coming off of a major injury. I want to say he tore his Achilles. Jayshawn Tate, he's an undrafted rookie out of Australia. He figures to be playing large minutes for them. Daniel House, I mean, we all know what Daniel House did in the bubble a few months ago. Like, I doubt his teammates want to speak to him, much less play with him. So, I mean, and then their coach and their general manager both quit the team in the middle of the offseason. And so, well, I mean, D'Antoni didn't quit. I should rephrase that. He just chose not to re-sign with the team. So, I mean, when you look at this roster, it's just there's not a whole lot to feel too secure about. So I can totally understand Channon's pessimism with this team. And I would say I'm almost as pessimistic as Channon, not as dramatically. I probably share a lot of Channon's feelings about this team, but I just had the problem with, as long as Harden's on this roster, I don't think I can be that aggressive in picking the Rockets to be that bad, you know. But I think me and Channon see eye to eye on a lot of what the shortcomings could be for this Houston basketball team.
Yeah.
You know why he fought that rookie?
No.
He was probably telling him to stop being a bitch.
I think he's taking a page from the Jimmy Butler book of demanding a trade, would be my guess.
Oh, yeah. Wait, Jonah, were the Heat trying to get James Harden or something?
Not anymore.
Okay.
The Heat have said that they've stopped their talk.
Yeah, I heard something about that. That would have been
What
so
would they have
stupid.
offered the Rockets?
Probably Hero would have been the main part.
Oh.
Yeah, I heard that. I think Hero would fall off if he left Miami right now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
He needs a couple more years there at least.
yeah. I probably would have given up Hero if it meant James Harden was coming.
Well, yeah, from a Heat perspective.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're talking like that would have been bad for Tyler Hero's career.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there are very few players in the NBA where leaving Miami would be a good thing for their career.
Right.
Like, Miami just seems to,
Except for Derek Jones Jr., obviously.
yeah. Well, Derek Jones, he had kind of gotten buried in the rotation during the playoffs.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, Miami obviously does an amazing job of developing their players. All right, the three last teams, Kellan, I imagine you will have something to say about one of these.
Vegas has him at 39.
Yeah.
Has the Warriors at, oh baby.
Wow.
16
Bet-
over. Is that the biggest difference?
Bet the house.
How
Go to the bank right now and say
Bet the house.
the Warriors are gonna win more. You're gonna see it today, dude. It's not even gonna be a close game.
Oh, chill, bro.
Let's go. I cannot
Not a
wait to
close
go.
game. Come on, bro. They got KD,
So
Kyrie.
It's fine.
Kellan, yesterday.
Dude, okay, wait. Steph's gonna drop. I think he's gonna score a shade under 40 tonight.
Let's go.
and then-
I'm hyped.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be freaking sick.
Dude, let's go.
In two of the three preseason games, didn't he drop like 29 or something?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, the two last ones.
he was playing. He's playing a lot, but I mean, yeah, it doesn't really matter because the preseason's so short anyway. But
Yeah, I would say Steph seems to look like old Steph outside the arc.
yeah, didn't it seem kind of, because the preseason games, they felt basically like regular season games, because I feel like a lot of good players were playing the majority of the game.
Yeah, especially for the first three quarters.
Yeah, exactly.
Do
But
either of you guys have any more locks or any more things you'd like to say about these teams before we start getting into some postseason predictions?
I don't think so.
I feel like the LA teams will be. You think they'll be over? They're 47.
We're pretty close with Vegas on all of them.
Yeah, cool.
All right, so I don't know how you guys want to do this. I think we had the same 16 playoff teams, all three of us.
Yeah.
So I guess we could give the brief recap
You
of
want to
that.
read them out?
Yeah. So in the West, this is just my order. If you guys have any teams that you feel strongly should be like moved up or down the list, I know we have the same teams, but if you have like a dramatically different ordering than like pointed out, but just to lay all the teams out there in the West, we've got Lakers, Clippers, Nuggets, Blazers, Jazz, Mavericks, Suns, Warriors. And in the East, we have Bucks, Nets, Heat, Sixers, Raptors, Celtics, Pacers, Hawks. So I'm pretty sure those are the 16 teams for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds about right. Can you click on it so I can see it?
The bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, I mean, obviously, I think Golden State at the one spot may be a bit of optimism, but I mean, I gotta respect the bold prediction. And
You think the Pelicans can sneak in there?
Oh, hell no.
Oh wait, no, the Suns are too good.
Yeah, no, the Pelicans are not ready, bro.
yeah, I mean, they'll be in the play-in tournament, I would guess. And then once you're in the play-in tournament, I mean, it's only like 2 games, so I mean, anything can happen. But I don't expect the Pelicans to play the 72 game regular season at the quality of.
Yeah, and I don't see the Pelicans sneaking past CP3 and Booker and the freaking whatever.
Yeah, like maybe the Pelicans get like the 10th seed and then somehow win 2 playing games and find themselves in the playoff bracket. But I don't think they're gonna like have the 7th or 8th seed at the end of the season, if that makes sense. But so I guess
I don't. I think that looks about right. I think that Nuggets Clippers series could be nice.
Yeah, the rematch.
Yeah.
And that will be one of the Christmas Day games as well. So I guess we just as well pivot into our conference finals predictions. So,
okay. So me and I already told Jonah I'm going to do a biased one and then one that's most likely going to happen.
Okay, I like that.
Do you want to? I'll go first since I don't have that much to go off of. I'll go for the conference finals based off of this bracket. We have Golden State making it past the Suns and then probably past Portland, and then oh boy, and then the Lakers will beat Dallas first round. The Clips will beat the Nuggets, and then the Lakers make it, and then Warriors beat the Lakers, make it to the chip. And then should I go to the East?
let's do our Western Conference.
Okay. Then my unbiased one will most likely. I'm gonna say Portland makes it, and then I'm gonna say that. I mean, depending on how the bracket shakes out, I feel like the Lakers will still probably make it to the conference finals.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's fine.
My Western Conference Finals was Lakers against Clippers. I just think those are the 2 teams that have the high-end talent. I could see Dallas as the one team that could sneak their way into this conversation. And then I took the Lakers over the Clippers just because I don't think the Clippers have a very good Anthony Davis matchup, and the Lakers were just there last year. So I feel like they've won together as a team before, which I tend to think that concept is a little bit overrated. Like, I'm not as big of a chemistry guy as some people are. I don't really factor that in too much, but
I am. I'm a big chemistry guy. Wait, so
I think this is my bracket.
yeah, this is your bracket.
Yeah. Okay.
Golden State goes from 1 to 7.
Yeah, so I have Los Angeles Clippers and then Lakers in the championship.
Yeah, that makes
Okay, so I see. Okay.
You don't where do you see Portland getting knocked out?
So
Semis?
on my bracket, I had them playing Denver in this 4-5 matchup, and I had them beating Denver, then losing to the Lakers.
In how many games?
To the Lakers, I didn't guess, but on the top of my head, probably like 5 or 6. I mean,
oh, okay.
I think if we see the Lakers, there's no way we get to the conference finals. I think the Lakers are going to go through whoever there is in the way. So
you've got the Lakers in the finals as well.
Yeah, Lakers in the finals, but for Western Conference Finals, so probably the Clippers too. Yeah.
Okay, so me and Channon both have Lakers over Clippers, and Kellan, you went with who? I'm
gonna go with Portland in LA.
Portland over Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, And yeah,
Warriors,
so
baby.
yeah, as much as I liked Portland as a regular season team, I do think we still kind of lack that elite one-on-one defense that is going to be so vital if we go up against either Paul George and Kawhi Leonard or LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Paul
Covington
George, oh my
is
god.
a wonderful help defender, probably maybe the best at that at the wing position in the NBA. I mean, that's a little generous because you've got like Giannis and all of them, but probably a top 10 help defender at the wing position, maybe top 5. But yeah, just not the one-on-one defender.
Yeah. I don't think we're quite there yet.
Yeah. So So I'm gonna go Lakers over Clippers. Moving on to the Eastern Conference. Colin, do you want to lead us off again?
Yeah. I'll say I'm gonna say based off my bracket or this one, Shannon's. Are we locked in on Shannon's?
Oh yeah, let's go back to yours.
No, it's fine. I kind of like his. So I'm gonna say that Milwaukee gets by the Hawks, Boston gets by the Sixers, the Heat get by the Pacers, and then obviously the Nets get. Oh yeah, I mean the Raptors are still good, but I think the Nets would get by the Raptors, and then I'm gonna say the Nets get past the Heat, and the Celtics get past Milwaukee. So
Okay.
we'd have Boston and Brooklyn.
All right.
That would be kind of fun.
That would be fun.
I think Jason Tatum could win the MVP, honestly, dude.
So are you going to have the Celtics over the Nets?
Oh, man. I mean, it's hard to go against KD and Kyrie, though.
Yeah.
I don't
Especially in the
know.
playoffs, dude.
Yeah, KD clutches up. He just takes over games. He literally won a championship with the Warriors single-handedly almost.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be tough.
So I did pick against Katie and Kyrie in the second round. In fact, I had them going down to the Miami Heat. I just think having Eric Spoelstra is such an advantage in the playoffs. I think I fully appreciated his skill set last year. And the Heat, I do think this team is built for the playoffs. Like you look at guys like Dragic, Iguodala, Butler, neither of those three are really the best regular season players or really kick it into full gear during the regular season. But those three had a tremendous run last year in the playoffs. Butler, especially Dragic before his injury, was looking like one of the 10 best point guards in the NBA. And so, yeah, I just think the Heat team performs so much better in the playoffs. And with Avery Bradley now, I do think they have that one-on-one point of attack stopper that they can throw on Kyrie. I don't expect that to be a look they go too often, especially in the regular season. But just having that guy, if Kyrie ever is like cooking them on a given night, to be able to throw in Avery Bradley to kind of just annoy him and like have that option. They didn't really have an elite guard defender last year. You saw Butler defend a bunch of guards. Kendrick Nunn, Goran Dragic, Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, who are their 4 backcourt players. They're not necessarily cut out to do that. And so I think having Avery Bradley is going to be a thing that helps them. And then we're really going to have to see how Kevin Durant comes back, because that's going to be a big thing. I mean, the early returns have been amazing. Was playing very well from what I saw from him in the preseason. But what do you guys think about a Bam Adebayo Kevin Durant matchup? Like, I think Kevin Durant's probably a little quicker, but I do think that it's going to be tough for the Nets to keep a guy like DeAndre Jordan on the floor. Just because the way the Heat run their offense with Bam operating out of the high post or even behind the 3-point line, doing that handoff action quite a bit. I just don't think that's going to be a setting that DeAndre Jordan feels comfortable in. Probably not Jared Allen either. I think the Nets, or I think the Heat are just going to be dictating the terms of engagement if these two teams face off in the playoffs. And so I'm just going to go with Miami. Like having a rookie head coach going against Eric Spoelstra in the playoffs is just not something I would feel comfortable with. So yeah, going with the Heat here.
Jonah, do you think that the Hawks could make a playoff run?
Like Do I think they could make the playoffs?
No. Like, do you think if they actually, like, if this bracket was realistic, do you think that they could give the Bucks a run for their money?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that series would be close. I think that's probably a sweep.
Yeah. I think I'm taking the Brooklyn Nets to the conference finals
All right.
and actually the NBA finals.
Wow.
I think that in the playoffs, KD, wait, is Karis LeVert still there?
Yeah.
I think that KD, Kyrie, Karis LeVert, I don't know how teams stop that from getting buckets, getting stuff done. The biggest weakness, I think you hit on it, is DeAndre Jordan, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's tough, but they've just got so many playmakers and shot makers. They, obviously, the three I just named, and they got Joe Harris hitting shots, Spencer Dinwiddie. They just got and Kyrie and KD both have the playoff experience. Like, they're just cold cut winners who can get it done. I just don't think that. I just can't see teams stopping that. And I picked Nash for coach of the year, so I got to ride with that and say that he's going to do a good job. But
sorry, go ahead.
I just think that three-headed dragon's tough. I just don't think Miami has all the ammo to stop it.
Better than the three-headed dragon of Steph, Brad Wanamaker, and James.
Yeah. Hey, I'm hot on Miami though. I'm a Miami fan. Me and Jonah both were like loving Miami last year. I believe in KD's return. I think he's going to get back to the player he was by the playoffs.
Yeah, and
I got to ride with them.
The Brooklyn Nets, as Channon was kind of referring to, they've got depth coming out of their ears. Like, worst case scenario, you can play Jeff Green at center. Like the Rockets did that last year. And I mean, as a small ball center, you could probably do worse. Like I don't know. Actually, if you're playing the Heat and they've got Bam Adebayo,
then that's tough. But
that actually might not be the best idea. I mean, I think Bam Adebayo is going to be a very hard matchup for this.
Yeah.
But then you look further down their depth chart, and you've got guys like Tyler Johnson, Timothy Luau-Cabarrot. Like, those two players were wonderful in the bubble, especially against the Blazers in that game where the Nets almost halted the Blazers season in its tracks. Like, those two players really impressed me, and they don't even figure to be getting playing time on this roster.
Yeah, it would be tough.
Yeah, same goes for Bruce Brown. Like, this Nets team, like, they've legitimately got 14, 15 NBA quality players on a given night. Like, NBA rotation quality players. Like, this team is stupidly deep, which
I actually hope they don't trade for Harden anymore. I don't really want that.
Yeah.
I still do. That would.
It would be fun to watch, but I just don't really want to see like LeVert leave, and I don't know.
Yeah,
it's hard. It's hard. I don't know.
I would love to see Harden.
Yeah,
that would just be one of the most ridiculous offensive lineups in NBA history.
It would.
Yeah,
it's hard.
You do have to give up some of that depth, for sure. All right, and on the top of the bracket, I've got Milwaukee.
Me too. Yeah.
Just having Drew Holiday, I think that just gives them another look in the playoffs, because their shortfall last year was just Giannis is so dominant in the regular season, but when you load up and like put two guys on him and have a third one digging in during the playoffs, like his offensive catalog sort of lacks the versatility to have a lot of change-ups and have a lot of counters to when a defense loads up to just stop his line drive to the rim.
Mm-hmm.
So having Drew Holiday to kind of relieve some of that pressure and be a capable pick and roll creator, I think Holiday is maybe a little bit overrated in that regard, but he certainly would be adequate if the Bucks needed that counter, and it'll just open the floor up for Giannis. I think they're going to be a worse regular season team because they have lost a lot of depth, but I think having high-end talent is so important in the playoffs. And with the addition of Drew Holiday to this team, they've certainly improved that top-end talent at the very head of the scouting report. So, yeah, I like the Bucks as a playoff team more than I did last year, so I'm going to pick them going to the conference finals.
Yeah, I'll have them there too. Yeah. I'm interested. I hope the Celtics and the Sixers actually match up. I'd be interested to see that. I mean, just because, like you said, the Celtics don't really have the depth. I mean, Tatum and Brown if Walker's healthy. They're all tough in the playoffs, but Philadelphia made some improvements. I don't know.
Yeah, and we saw them match up this year, but like with Ben Simmons out, Philadelphia's made so many great improvements to their roster. Like I do think that would be a very interesting series this year. I don't know. I might have to go with Philadelphia if those two teams match up. Joel Embiid is just such a confounder for the Celtics.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be an interesting one. So I've got Bucks Heat. Channon's got Bucks Nets. Kellan's got Celtics Nets. So who are you all
Warriors Lakers.
Who are you all picking to go represent the Eastern Conference in the NBA Finals?
I'm taking the Nets.
Yeah.
Warriors Nets.
And I will be picking the Heat to complete the rematch against the Los Angeles Lakers.
Let's go. I'd love to see that. That would be sick.
Yeah, I
definitely think it could happen. Definitely.
Yeah, and we saw sort of the problems that Miami posed for the Bucks in the playoffs last year. I just don't think Milwaukee patched those shortcomings that they would have needed to do in order to beat Miami. I think a lot has been made of the Bucks' lack of offensive versatility with Giannis, and certainly that was a major problem for them last year. But I think they are equally stiff on defense, where they just seem to be cemented into playing this drop coverage scheme for no matter who the opponent is. And when you have when you've got a center like Brook Lopez standing in the paint, like I don't care how good Eric Bledsoe, or in this case Drew Holiday, and Dante DiVincenzo are at chasing over screens, at certain points you are going to just allow wide open threes for Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson if your center isn't coming out to hedge them and to meet them as they come off the screen. And so I just think the shooting, and not just the shooting, but the diversity of the Heat shooting. Like they even have centers in Myers Leonard and Kelly Olynyk who can space the floor and hit threes at above a league average clip. I just think that is so hard for the Bucks to stop, and that certainly was the case last year. The Bucks just had no answer for it, and unless Budenholzer drastically changes his philosophy as a head coach, I just see all the same problems existing for the Bucks, and so that's why my NBA Finals matchup is Lakers against Heat.
Yeah,
that would be freaking sweet.
Who do you are we talking? All right.
What's up?
Are we ready for the finals?
Yeah. Let's talk about finals.
Okay, so wait, let's just recap our matchups. I've got Lakers Heat. Channon, you are Lakers Nets.
Yeah.
And Kellan, you're Lakers Nets as well.
Oh man, dude. Yeah, that's probably gonna happen. Yeah. But do I want it to happen? No.
Two Lakers Nets and one Lakers.
We'll do Lakers / Golden State versus the Nets.
Okay.
Personally, game on the line. Just kidding. I gotta take the Lakers, dude. I just think a prime LeBron and Anthony Davis in the playoffs is just too much, dude. And last year, prime LeBron and Anthony Davis. Last year, I had high hopes for Miami.
Yeah.
And we did see injuries, and I think Adebayo would have helped a lot if he's healthy and at his peak level during the series. But
yeah, and Dragic.
Right, yeah, that too. But it's just so hard to stop that duo. You know what I mean? It's honestly like I don't even care. I mean, Rondo was huge. Rondo was huge in this series, but I really don't care that much who else is on the team as long as they're competent. In the finals, it's just so hard to take down that duo, I think.
And to be fair, even if they had retained Rondo, like the chances of him repeating the performance he
gave, yeah, for sure, yeah,
was so small. Like, yeah, I think Dennis Schroeder is probably an upgrade over what we could have realistically expected Rondo to do this year.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. But they did at points like need what Rondo gave them last year. So maybe having Schroeder helps that. Like, I think it's a little too early to tell. I think we're going to find out pretty well. Maybe not. I mean, at a certain point, the rubber is going to meet the road, and we're going to figure out if Schroeder can lead an efficient offense in the playoffs by himself.
Yeah.
I think he should be good offensively. Like that pick
Yeah.
combination with Montrezl Harrell.
But the thing with LeBron is Schroeder doesn't even really have to lead it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like a formality. Like he can just score. Like
I was more talking about like the bench units when LeBron.
okay, yeah.
But yeah, certainly at the end of games when it's LeBron on the floor, and Schroeder will be delegated into more of just a spot up shooting role. Like yeah, you would think that he should be able to play in that role efficiently.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm going to agree with Chin. I've got the Lakers winning the championship this year. I mean, they've just got two of the five best players in the league. Both of them are in their primes. I mean, you would think that LeBron might be taking a step back one of these days, but I don't know. I've given up on trying to.
I hope he does soon, dude.
I've given up on trying to pick when that's going to happen, and so I've got the Lakers again too. I do have concerns about the way this team is constructed, but ultimately,
Me too.
when you look at their closing five lineup, I mean, it's a lot of the same guys as last year, like LeBron at point guard, AD at center, and then you can just fill that in with your best combination of defense and shooting, whether that's like Schroeder, Matthews, Markieff Morris. Maybe you take out Schroeder and put in Alex Caruso for a more defensive look. Like I just think
take out Matthews for KCP. Like
yeah. Oh yeah. Good point. Yeah, I totally forgot about KCP. But yeah,
either one. I mean,
KCP will definitely factor into the closing lineup. Thanks for reminding me of him. But yeah, this team, even though I for the life of me, I don't understand that Harrell signing. That just seemed so bad to me.
I hate that. Yeah.
When you get to like the final 5 minutes of a like close playoff game, I just think the skeleton for this Lakers team is the same as it was last year. And so, I will say the Lakers, as good as I think they were last year, they didn't really have to play anybody in the playoffs. Like the Blazers beat them in game 1, and then Damian Lillard got hurt in game 2. Like I'm not saying the Blazers would have won that series.
No, but for sure, yeah.
But yeah, Nurkic was running on fumes at that point. Zach Collins was out. Like
they played the Nuggets after they played 2 7-game series.
Yeah, for sure. And the Nuggets, I mean, I think the Nuggets are fine, but they're not a conference finals quality of team. I mean, they got outscored by the Jazz in that series. They got outscored by the Clippers in that series. Yeah. I mean, they certainly had one of the best playoff runs in recent memory, just one of the like crazier sequence of events in NBA history, but I don't think that they are your typical conference final quality of opponent. In the second round, they played the small ball Rockets, which as interesting as that team was, I mean, the Lakers dispatched of them pretty quickly. And in the finals, they played a 5th seed team with that team's point guard and Goran Dragic injured. Bam Adebayo missed time. Jimmy Butler was wonderful, but even he tweaked his knee in game 1 of the series.
Oh, yeah.
So as good as the Lakers were, I mean, their road to the finals wasn't very difficult.
Yeah.
So, like, I think if they have to play the Clippers in the conference finals this year,
that's true.
That's going to be the hardest playoff opponent of the LeBron AD era in Los Angeles. And so that's just something to keep an eye on, that they didn't have to like take down any Titans.
Yeah, they were pretty fresh when they got to the finals still.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, but I'm still going with the Lakers. Kellan, who's your champion prediction going to be?
Dynasty's not over. The rejuvenation of a dynasty.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Golden State Warriors.
That'd be so freaking awesome.
So is that who you're...
Okay, if the Golden State Warriors even make it to the Western Conference Finals, I'm going back to every single freaking episode and clipping your guys down. And I'm gonna make a compilation of it.
Okay. I wouldn't consider myself a Warriors pessimist. I mean, there are many people out there who don't even think they're gonna make the playoffs. I mean, I think they're gonna be the 8th seed. Like ESPN, Kevin Pelton, he picked them to be the 14th best in the Western Conference. John Hollinger at The Athletic, who happens to be one of my favorite NBA writers, he has them as the 12th best team in the Western Conference. And so me and Channon are pretty optimistic.
Yeah.
Warriors, I would say.
We're high on the Warriors, baby.
Oh, boy. Okay, so
Oh boy.
Yeah. Tonight's gonna be a fun game though.
Yeah, I cannot.
Oh yeah.
I'm so excited.
I think KD's gonna drop like 40 or something.
Dude, I would love to see that, man. I was watching
Jonah?
one of their preseason games and just seeing KD like with the ball in his hand, dude, it felt so good.
Jonah, who's gonna guard KD? Andrew?
I mean, yeah, but I would have loved to see the Draymond KD matchup, but
boy,
probably gonna be Andrew.
Do you think the Warriors can get past the Bucks?
You mean, do I think they could
on
beat
Christmas?
them? I mean, yeah, I mean it's a one game, so anything.
No, you think they can beat him though?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, anything. I think they could beat the Bucks. I don't think they will, but any team can beat any team in one game. I mean, I'd give them like a 20%, 15-20% chance.
Yeah, I just don't know who would guard Giannis.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody really guards him anyway, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Giannis is going to probably run absolutely rampant on the Warriors, but
sick. But yeah, okay. I like our predictions.
yeah.
But in all realness, though, I'm pretty sure the Lakers are most likely going to come out of the West.
So do you want me to make your prediction as Warriors or Lakers, Kellan?
Oh, ride or die.
Warriors. All right, cool.
Ride or die, dude.
All right.
I can't say the Lakers. Screw the Lakers.
Yeah.
Okay. It was so. Are we set? Is that basically all we want to talk about?
Yeah. I mean, is there anything that you guys want to predict before the season starts? We've kind of covered all.
Well, if this comes out before the 4:00, which it might.
Yeah. You want to throw out
Brooklyn Nets? You're gonna be 0-1, baby.
Yeah, I've got the Nets and the Lakers tonight.
Okay. Who are the Lakers playing?
The Clippers.
Oh.
Dude, let's freaking go. What an opening night, baby.
Yeah, that is.
I cannot wait. The Lakers Clippers, I think that's going to be a pretty good game, though. I'm excited
go
for that.
OT?
I mean, I don't know. That's so how would I know that's good. But yeah, I think the Nets are going to have a relatively easy time with the Warriors, but I definitely think that second game is the one to look out for.
Yeah. So basically, I'm just going to be watching the NBA because the 49ers haven't won a game in like 4 weeks, and the UFC doesn't start till like January 16th. So
all right,
Warriors, baby, let's go. Okay, I'll try to get this to come out like at 3.
If the Warriors can win one of their first 2 games against the Nets or the Bucks, that would be impressive.
What's the odds on them going undefeated in the first 2 games?
I'd give them like a 7 or 8% chance.
Well, dude, that would be hard for any team though.
Yeah, I know.
To beat the Nets and then the Bucks. Because when I think about it, like against the Nets, I might give them like a 30 or 35% chance of winning, and then the Bucks, I might give them like a 15 or 20% chance of winning. And so when you factor that out, it's about like 7 or 8% chance of winning both of them. So I mean, yeah,
I'm not too concerned, but I mean, but when you get absolutely shredded, but. Like Kyle Guy is good, but if you're getting shredded by Kyle Guy, it's like.
I mean, it's preseason, so.
Yeah.
I mean, but we were playing basically our starting lineup.
Preseason doesn't matter. You can't take.
Dude, we're basically in preseason today. I mean, we played 3.
Nah, bro. Starters don't bring the same energy, bro. It doesn't matter.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
It looked like sometimes it looked like a freaking City League game.
They can be deceiving, bro. If they were a City League game, I'd be out there.
Okay. Are you guys set? This was I like doing it early morning. I look like a girl that doesn't have makeup on right now.
I'm excited. I'm excited for our next podcast when we actually have some real games that we can talk about. And
bro, we need to pick a few games. We can just like when we record early in the week, we can talk about the games that Golden State and Portland have for that week.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. I thought that would be fun. Yeah, I thought we could do like once or twice a week and just sort of break down what we thought the biggest stories in the NBA are. But
facts. I forgot. Giannis he signed his super max.
Yeah, he signed.
Yeah, bro.
What
He's a clown.
Did you think that was the move? Because didn't
I
you
would-
think he should wait or something?
Yeah, if I was Giannis's agent, I would have probably told him to hold off. But
I feel like he just wanted to show, I'm loyal.
if he wants to be in Milwaukee, that was definitely the right move.
I don't know why he wanted to be in Milwaukee, bro.
Did
Are you
Kuzma
guys-
get paid?
Are you guys familiar with Chris Haynes at all?
Yeah.
He's a famous NBA reporter for the New York Times.
Yeah.
He had the report, I think it was yesterday, that if Giannis hadn't signed the Supermax, that Portland would have been like high on his list.
Dude, what did I say, dude?
It said that like
I
him
can't
and
see
Damian
that.
Lillard are just super close, and they like Giannis doesn't work out with like anybody besides his teammates in the offseason. Like he even turned down a workout with LeBron James, but him and Damian Lillard like hang out and work out during the offseason.
Damn it, dude.
And so Haynes apparently reported that like Giannis and Lillard had talked about like the possibility of playing with each other, and if Giannis hadn't signed that Supermax, like Portland could have been the move for him. But
What do you mean turn down a workout with LeBron? Like, what does that even mean? Like,
Like,
LeBron wanted to work out with him, and he was
Yeah,
just
He
like,
was
nah.
like, I'm good, bro.
yeah,
What?
NBA
Why?
players work out with each other a lot during
Is he
the
just
offseason.
salty or what? Do they just
No,
not?
Giannis just doesn't do that stuff with people who aren't his teammates, unless it's Damian Lillard, apparently. But
Damn it, dude.
Interesting. That's really funny.
Dude, I told you, Instagram never lies, bro.
But
Yeah.
like, why though?
what do you mean?
I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like it'd be fun to work out with LeBron.
Oh, he just like he wants to keep it like competitive. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
want to be buddies with his enemies.
Yeah, I think that's.
I mean, I feel like you can. I don't know. I feel like it's just different on the floor. I feel like.
Oh yeah, I would have the same view as you, Kellen. I would be like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
Did Kyle Kuzma get paid or something?
I mean, using the loosest definition of the
No,
term.
I mean, like what was
Oh,
they
yeah,
like extended him or something?
He signed a 3-year, $40 million extension, which I actually think. I mean,
Oh.
I think Kuzma did pretty well to get that much, but yeah, he did to get his contract extended. Player option on that 3rd year, which, funnily enough, I was surprised to hear this, but that was the first player option that's ever been given out on a non-max rookie extension. And so Kyle Kuzma making history with the Los Angeles Lakers.
Fire. Okay. Well, this was good, my boys.
all right, my brothers.
All right. So do you want to do any more this week?
Nah, bro, it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's what I was
Not
thinking
before
too.
Christmas. I was thinking like maybe like 27th or 28th, like a few days after, once we actually have a few games to talk about.
Perfect.
But,
Sounds
yeah.
good to me.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for coming on, you guys.
Yeah. Thank you
Later,
so much.
boys.
All right. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Bye bye.